Welcome back. If you have any questions or comments, we'd like to hear from you. Please contact us with the information on the screen or visit CaribID2010.com. Here's more on the discussion. So we're getting back to the subject of where does the money go and who gets it exactly?
Well, it depends on, again, it comes down to how many people there are in the district. That's how the money is determined by the Congress now in the budgets. It also determines redistricting, whether, a district has grown, which is how Congresswoman Yvette Clarke was able to get elected. Before her predecessor, Shirley Chisholm, because the population grew into such a big degree that it became obvious that now this segment needed a representative who were of them. So that's also a major point of what the census does. It determines social programming. It's just a bunch of different issues that we really need to be involved in and get ourselves together on.
Okay. And Cara, you have any other comments, questions for our guests?
I guess with Carib ID 2010, in terms of lobbying the Congress in order to get more attention for Caribbean nationals, say, how would that compare to other groups with, in terms of groups who identify with an origin, say Jews, etc. How do we differ? Basically, why would we look to Congress to recognize us? Why wouldn't we just lobby amongst ourselves to form our own massive bloc in much the same way as other groups that identify with an origin?
Well, yeah, that's part of what the whole mobilization effort is. But without being recognized on the mainstream level, you're really just talking among yourselves and you're wasting time, just like we've been doing pretty much all these years. I mean, if you look at it, we have a Caribbean American Heritage Month, but we have no power. So it's a matter of doing both at the same time. Yes, we have to mobilize because it's the numbers that will determine whether this bill is pushed through or not. It's people signing the petition and getting organized in this process, which is why, this interview is important because it helps us to reach more people, and every interview we do helps us to reach another segment of the population. So it's a matter of doing both at the same time, but we can't just be talking among ourselves and leaving out the obvious fact, which is if we're not recognized by the bodies who are in the decision-making process, which affect our lives, then we're just, going through the motion. We continue this for the next 200 years, and we'll still be in the same boat.
Oh, yes. And what other groups with comparable power numbers to
ours
I think
that definitely is the Asian group, because they've been the latest group that really has fought the government in court, in federal court, and won, because they felt it was a discriminatory impact that they could not self-identify themselves on the forms. And so that's how they got their Asian category, and the Hispanics got their category. And so it definitely takes a lot of effort in terms of lobbying and pushing, but they feel it was well worth it, and we feel it was well worth it, and so we want to begin the process here.
Do you know how long it took them?
It took a few years, and this is not going to be an easy fight. Let's face it, it's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen. I mean, it's definitely something that's not impossible. And it's already getting out there. The momentum is out there. Congressional leaders are asking questions about it. They're asking for details, trying to measure their response and how they can get involved. And so I think it's something that definitely can happen. Whether it can happen for 2010, we're totally not sure, because 2010 is right around the corner. But I still believe it's we have to start now, because that's just how long it takes.
Oh, and when the census is taken, a lot of our community that are illegals, do they run any kind of identifying, like say a social security number, etc.? Is it recorded?
Not. I mean, no. The undocumented population is, their information is completely confidential. This is just a census.
But it still helps our numbers.
It's pretty much definitely they need to get involved, and that's really something that's safe and confidential. So that's what they need to really know.
We're back after this break. Internationally acclaimed Jamaican singer Alton Ellis passed away last Sunday in London. Ellis, known for his ska, rock-steady music and songs such as Cry Tough and Girl I've Got a Date, died after weeks of battling lymphatic cancer. Mr. Ellis's musical legacy will live on as a Jamaican icon. We close with a musical tribute to Mr. Ellis, courtesy of Keeling Records.
I think Cara voiced some very deep concerns from the community. One of them is divisiveness, and you kind of clarified that, but I think there's still some concern about that. The other is the status of certain immigrants in the community, and also how is the money distributed when we get counted as this one Caribbean bloc. But final thoughts, final words.
Well, we just really are appealing to people to get involved in the process, because like Cara says, you know, we need to get together as a bloc and really get behind this effort. And, you know, people can log on caribid2010.com, sign the petition, please, send it out to your friend, your neighbor, get involved. Just pretty much we're looking for ambassadors in the process who can take the message.
Okay.
Patrick, anything you want to add?
Yeah, one thing is that I believe in lobbying the political process. And I think that every person out there who is of Caribbean origin or friends of the Caribbean should pick up the phone, look in usgov.com, Congress, and look up your particular congressional representative and ask them to support Carib ID 2010.
Okay, good.
Thank you. This is Kamala Roberts.
Thank you again for watching ZYNC TV New York Links. I'm Ian Saunders, otherwise known as the Dreadless Rash. I want to thank our guests, Ms. Felicia Persaud, Mr. Patrick Beckford, and Ms. Cara Colley. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time on
Definitely.
ZYNC TV's New York Links.
Yes.